Week 8, video number 2. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to find the volume of a cone. Very interesting. Usually I do an experiment here and I show you why this is a third of the volume of a cylinder, but notice that the formula is the same. The only thing that's different is that we have a 1/3 in the front. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you here, and this is one of the questions that I get the most, when you have 1/3 times 6, that is the same thing. This is an example, that's not the problem. It is the same thing as saying 6 divided by 3. Multiplying by 1/3 is the same thing as dividing by 3. A third of 6 is 2. 6 divided by 3 is 2. It is the same thing. So when you see me doing this in the calculator and you see that I'm gonna take the final value and divide it all by 3, it's because that's the same thing as multiplying by 1/3. First thing that I need to do, again, the steps won't change, is identify your radius and your height. Okay, so first thing I'm going to go here to my graph. What is the radius? Is the distance that I have between the center of the figure and the edge. So I need to find this distance in here. Now this problem gives me the diameter, which is 2 times the radius. So the first thing that I have to do in here is, well, I know the diameter is 2 times the radius, and the diameter for this problem is 8.2. So how much is the radius? I need to divide this by 2, and it is 4.1. That's my radius, 4.1. So I'm going to highlight this, maybe use blue. That is the first piece of information that I need. Second thing that I need is the height, which is the distance from that edge that you see on the cone till the center of the figure. So this section in here is your height, which is 3 centimeters, and that's a value that is given, so you don't have to do anything with it. 3 centimeters is your height, and I'm just gonna change in here that I didn't write the units of the radius. Centimeters. Now these problems are pretty easy. They are all given in the same units. The way that I used to make these problems complicated is giving you quantities in inches and some in centimeters, and you had to change the units to be able to work with the values. In this case, we're not doing that. It's like a very basic problem. The second thing that I need to do is replace the value, so we're going to use substitution. Substitute known values in the formula. Okay, so the formula says that the volume of a cone equals 1/3 times pi times radius squared times the height. So let's see, volume equals, you can write either 1/3, so 1/3 times. What I'm gonna do here, because I've noticed most of the students understand it better, it's just write whatever I have multiplying, it's gonna be divided by 3. Then how much is pi? Pi is 3.14, and I'm trying to use some color coding in here so you know where every number comes from. And then we have the radius square, which is going to be this value in here. And again, I'm trying to use some color coding so it makes sense. It comes from that value that we found before. That's going to be times 4.1 to the second power. I usually like to work without the units and then add the units at the end, that I know I'm going to be whatever unit we're using to the third power. And then we have the third value, which is your height. And according to the figure that is given, this value, this height is 3 centimeters. So we're multiplying 3.14 times 4.1 to the second power times 3. At this point, what you have to do is graph your calculator, and we're going to start multiplying. First, you're going to use PEMDAS, so you're going to multiply 4.1 to the second power, or 4.1 times 4.1. Then according to the problem, let me show you here quickly. Let me see if I can lower this a little bit and then make this a little bit smaller. Should be able to. Okay, we have 4.1 to the second power. Then we're going to multiply that number by 3.14, which is pi. And then we're going to multiply this by 3. And that's going to give me 158.35 divided by 3. I take this and I divide it by 3. And my final answer is going to be 52. And I'm just going to round it up to 8 centimeters cubed. Let me show you now because I know my face is on the way. But that will be the final solution. You found the volume of the cone that has a height of 3 centimeters and a radius of 4.1 centimeters squared.